Hey guys, Kocher your Kocher German. Today we are reacting to Shoe on Head, female Gooners Must Be Stopped. Yeah, I watch her for a long time now, and I a lot of time agree with her. So let's see what's going on here.
Oh, I didn't see you there. What am I reading, you ask? Well, just one of the best-selling books on Amazon right now. With millions of sales and almost 20,000 five-star reviews, this book has been absolutely blowing up, especially on TikTok, or BookTok as the kids call it. Thousands and thousands of women in particular have been raving about this piece of literature. What piece of literature is it, you may ask? Well, Morning Glory Milking Farm, of course.
What? Morning Glory Milking Farm.
A popular romance novel about a young woman down on her luck who does what every young woman does when facing financial struggle. She starts an OnlyFans. No, I'm just kidding. She wouldn't degrade herself like that. She gets a job jerking off monsters.
That's right. Good morning.
She wouldn't degrade herself like that. And then he's jerking off monsters.
Glory Milking Farm.
I have been reading Morning Glory Milking Farm since last night, and I'm obsessed.
This was a good time. It did not disappoint.
If this book is trash, then I am a fucking raccoon. Give me all of the garbage.
Get your eyeballs on this because it is so good.
I regret to inform you that there is a new
Okay. Maybe it's good. I don't know. But I can't imagine it, so yeah.
epidemic. An epidemic that many have yet to discuss. And that epidemic is female gooners.
I'm reading what I read.
Now, for those of you unaware, gooner is internet slang for someone addicted to porn. And smut is slang for dark romance novels, otherwise known as porn. Many correct about
So, okay. I didn't know the smut thing. I knew the Gooner definition. Yeah. I once was addicted to porn when I was like younger, like 20 to 23 or so. 24. Man, I was bro. And it's not good, by the way. Like, there are like some side effects to it. Like, I got not really horny anymore for real women, or my girls sometimes at that point. Really bad. Don't. No. Do it in small pieces. Then it's fine.
the dangers of porn addiction with men, how it can destroy their lives and their relationships. And most men know the material they consume is weird. That is why they are ashamed of it. That is why
Yeah. Man, you don't know how much post-nut clarity I had in my life. Where I was like, oh my god, I can never tell anyone about that. Or please, no one should ever know what I just did. Yeah. Yeah.
they delete their browser history. That is why they go incognito mode. But
Yeah.
these bitches freaks out here. They display their smut openly in bookstores. They proudly pose in front of their smut collections. They discuss their smut openly on TikTok. They go to smut conventions and get
What am I watching? I mean, everyone can do whatever they want, right? If you like stuff like that, sure, do it. But doing it publicly, I don't know.
choked out by 9-foot-tall shirtless wendigos. Now, I know what you are thinking. Shoo, isn't this the pot calling the kettle degenerate? Yes. Yes, it is. But have you considered it takes one to truly know one? You see, women are strange, fascinating creatures. For centuries, men have tried to figure us out. Our mood is affected by the tides and the moon. We bleed for 5 days and don't die. By painting my face, I can instantly shapeshift from a 4 to a 6. We are truly mysterious.
Yeah. But I have to say, I don't know, I'm not speaking for every man, of course, but for me personally, the older I get, the less I like the makeup thing. Like nowadays, 9 out of 10 times, I will prefer a woman that has no makeup on her than a woman that has makeup on her. The only thing I like is the smoky eye stuff that she also has. That's pretty much everything I like. But when she has like 5 kilograms of stuff on her face, man, get out. I don't want to do anything with you. Like, please don't hug me because all my clothes are full with this stuff then. So, yeah.
Magical creatures. But one of the most mysterious aspects of
Yeah, and also, yeah, I don't understand women. I tried. I really tried, but I don't understand them.
women to men is our sexuality. You see, us women are not like those disgusting moids. No, we are sophisticated. We are evolved. We don't watch videos of strangers slapping their sweaty bodies together. No, we read about strangers slapping their sweaty bodies together. It's different, okay? You don't understand. It's
Yeah, I don't. I rather watch it, though.
okay when we do it. So, let's talk about it. Let's talk about the rapidly growing popularity of dark romance on TikTok and the recent dark romance convention that ended in disaster. Let's take a break from all this depressing political news and talk about something silly. Not that those political things aren't important, trust me, they are. You should be keeping up with politics and the news when you can. I know it can be difficult to do, but fear not. I have an app for that. So before we get into this video, let's quickly give a shout out to our sponsor, Ground News. Ground News is a website and an app that gives readers an
I did not expect the placement here, if I'm honest.
easy way to read news from all across the political spectrum, from left, right, and center. Every story comes with a quick visual breakdown of political bias that helps you understand the full story and makes sure you're getting both sides. One of my favorite features on Ground News is the blind spot feature, which shows you news stories that have been covered by one side of the political aisle and ignored by the other. For example, here's a story about how Gavin Newsom is signing a bill to give 800,000 Uber and Lyft drivers in California the right to unionize. Pretty cool. Rare Newsom W. 12 news sources covered this, 7 were left-wing and 0 were right-wing, because the right is covering a far more important topic. Harvard hires drag performer Lahore Vagistan as a visiting professor. 21 news sources covered this, 20 were right-wing, 1 was left-wing. A country divided, truly. Ground News also makes it very easy to compare headlines, so you could see how political bias completely reframes a story. For example, talking about how Trump has been posting a bunch of those sombrero memes, and the New York Post says, White House official behind Trump's hilarious meme war on Dems revealed. And then a left-wing outlet covers the same story, like, as the shutdown continues, a checked-out Trump posts childish memes. Wildly different vibes going on here. Yeah. I've been using Ground News since 2021. It is one of my favorite apps. Like, it is my go-to, like, when I wake up. I, like, check Twitter, and then I check Ground News, like, immediately. But don't just take my word.
Waking up and checking Twitter is crazy. Crazy. It's crazy. If you like your mental health, don't do it. Just saying, Twitter is bro.
Even the Nobel Peace Center called it an excellent way to stay informed, avoid echo chambers, and expand your worldview. Best of all, I am currently offering 40% off their Vantage plan, which is the plan I use to access all their amazing features. And it's only $5 a month, which is like basically the price of a coffee nowadays. So go to ground.news/shoe or use the QR code here on screen or use the link in the video description. So thank you to Ground News for sponsoring this video, and thank you, the viewer, for not skipping the ad.
You're welcome. Actually, I really liked that ad because it was, how can you say it? It showed a lot of it and displayed what you can do with this really good. There's only one thing I can say to the American politics. I'm German, by the way, if you don't know. I follow your stuff a lot, but I won't say anything to it besides, Man, America's cooked. For real, you're cooked.
Right? So let's get back to the video. Book Talk is a very interesting place, and any book fans out there know how it has absolutely destroyed the hobby of literature and just flooded it with absolute slop.
I really didn't even know that that this is a thing, that TikTok has like a section where they are talking a lot about books. Man, I really should read a little bit more. I haven't read in a long time, and I love reading. But man, social media and all the stuff, YouTube, I just don't do it. But I should.
Spicy slop. You see, books on TikTok are not rated by how well they are written or how good the characters are. No, they are rated by the spice. And what does spice mean? Porn. It means porn. Spice level is very important to book talkers. How much spice does a book have? What are the spiciest books they have ever read? How spicy is the book they're currently reading? Spice, spice, spice. The spiciest book going viral on Book Talk lately is none other than Morning Glory Milking Farm by C.M. Nascosta. Violet is a...
Okay. I don't get that. I mean, I kind of get reading stuff and fantasizing about it, but yeah, rating it by how spicy it is crazy. In my opinion, it's crazy. Is the story good? And the other stuff, is it good? Or is it just spicy?
typical, down on her luck.
Maybe if you have read it, tell me in the comment. Is the story good or not? Like, is it really just about the spice? I would not read it if it's just spicy and the story is not good. Like, I can't. If the story is boring and just intimidated things are good, or the intim things are good, I don't know, man.
Millennial, mid-20s, overeducated, and drowning in debt. Oh my god! She's just like me! On the verge of moving into her parents' basement, when a lifeline appears in the form of a very unconventional job in the neighboring Cambric Creek. She has no choice but to grab it with both hands. Morning Glory Farm offers full-time hours, full benefits, and generous pay with no experience needed. There's only one catch. The clientele is grade A certified prime beef. Oh god, with the manly meaty endowments to... Okay.
Morning Glory Milking Farm.
What am I watching? Bro, what is that? Bro, do your stuff, man. All good. But that's crazy. Like, what the fuck?
Is actually a profound critique of late-stage capitalism and toxic masculinity. In this text, we see that the tingling sensation in her coochie is actually the tingling sensation of a Marxist revolution.
Nah. What are you talking? What are you saying? Use your brain. It's about fucking a cow. What?
This is every fucking BreadTube video to me, dude. This is every Jack Saint video. So I actually read the book myself, and I'm not gonna lie. The 19th Amendment needs to be abolished. So, like I said, the story is basically this millennial named Violet, and she gets a job basically working at Big Pharma in Narnia, where they harvest Minotaur milk to make Viagra for human males. And I read the whole thing. Probably gonna be put on some kind of watch list. But listen, this is my job, okay? I'm not out here, like, selling feet pics or something. What I do is far more dignified and normal. Now, let's take a look at some of these notes I wrote. Let's see. Big dick and balls. At one point, she says the term, and I quote, the seam of his sack. So I'm reading this, and the whole time I'm thinking, like, okay, he probably has, like, a human head, right? He probably, like, looks something like this, like, you know, just a dude with, like, horns. Then I see the official artwork. That
Bro! Ah, come on. Ah, come on. Oh, man.
It's a cow. Bro is a cow. Bro is a straight up cow. In a few parts, they're being intimate, and it will be like, his hooves clip clopped. My hooves will tear up your sheets. And it's like, I'm sorry, his what? At one point, she describes kissing him. And I swear to God, it was more disgusting than anything else described in this book. She's like describing how big and wide his mouth is and how big and like slimy his tongue is. She's like describing the shit and you're just like, that's a cow. I mean,
That's a cow. Yeah. I'm sorry, man. Like, nah, I'm not sorry. Fuck that shit. Bro, how, like, fantasizing about having sex with animals is just crazy in my opinion. For real. Fuck you. Bro, that's insane. And then the worst part of it is, like, that people publish all their opinions and how good it is and how horny that makes them on the internet, and people can see that. And what is happening to this world, man? What is happening?
we are at a solid 5.5 on the Barbeau scale here. This is dangerous territory, folks. She also f***ers his ass.
Fair point. Don't see anything wrong with that. Besides, that's a cow.
She f***ers the cow's ass. By the way, if you want an uncensored version of this video and all my videos, Patreon. Go to Patreon, become a member. All members get the uncensored version of every video, so you can hear me talking about s***ing and f***ing and f***ing a cow's asshole. Is that
Nah, I'm good. I'm good. I'm good for you.
what you freaks want? Anyway, I like how in this fantasy world, student loans still exist. Like, we can imagine a world with minotaurs and humans in a relationship, but we can't imagine a world without student loans. Sad. Oh, and he has one
That's an American thing.
of those bull rings, like the nose ring theory septum rings. And in this world, that means, like, you're married, but apparently he's divorced. The man is divorced. This is a divorced cow with a cow ex-wife. The lore is deep, folks. The funniest part, though, has
Yeah, that's what I said. The law is deep, obviously. From what I can hear now, it's not. It's not. So, yeah, that's why I could never read books like that. Yeah. I now don't know how people can read books like that when the story is not that good. So
to be when they go on a date. I need to just read this to you. When the bill arrived, she attempted to pull a handful of carefully folded bills from her wristlet before he stopped her. No, that's absolutely not happening. Put that away. She'd not thought about it until the day after their first dinner together, realizing that in mortification that she ought to have attempted to pay her half. What kind of feminist are you? She asked herself. She couldn't remember the last time she'd been out and hadn't paid for her half, including her coffee date with Carson Tinsley. She had come prepared that night, several weeks of her tips smoothed and tucked into her wristlet. But I didn't even offer to pay half the other night and shouldn't have. Violet. If the commanding rumble of his voice hadn't silenced her. The heat of his hand dropping to her knee would've. I don't want you to feel that you don't have any agency here. I might be the one giving all the orders, but you hold all the cards. Your comfort is the only thing that counts right now. And if I overstep, I want you to know you can tell me so. But that's not happening. Don't think I'm unaware we're at different points in our careers. You can say no, you can say you don't want to see me again, you can tell me to stop coming to the farm when you're working. It's dinner, not a down payment of your time, but I'm in a position to comfortably spoil someone. So when you're with me, I'm spoiling you. End of story. She was a good feminist, she told herself, and she definitely couldn't be bought. But if he had suggested at that moment that he would have appreciated a blowjob, she would have fallen face first on his cock with an open mouth without a shred of hesitation.
bro. Oh man. Oh man. Oh man. It's not even the thing with the falling on the knees and doing the blowjob thing. It's which is crazy. Thinking that this is a cow. It's a typical topic that is always a topic. Who pays at dinner? And there I can quote a really wise man that said, "The one who asks for the date." If you know the quote, put it down in the comments. I love that quote. It's good.
Inside every woman, there are two wolves. Or two bowls. The strong, independent girl boss and the submissive, doting housewife. And in the presence of a masculine man, or a farm animal, she will fold like a lawn chair and instantly return to factory settings.
It's dinner, not a down payment for your time. But I'm in a position to comfortably spoil someone, so when you're with me, I'm spoiling you. End of story. I said, okay, I highlighted that paragraph for myself.
Clean up aisle 5. So that's what I thought of it. But what
It hurts. It hurts. It hurts. It hurts. My brain is hurting.
did other people think of it? What are the reviews on this book? This book has a 4.1 on Amazon with 21,000.
21,000? Bro, humanity is cooked.
Ratings and a 3.6 on Goodreads with nearly 60,000 ratings.
I didn't even see that. Yeah, 60. Nice.
Just
nice.
read some random ones here. Hear me out. Hear me out. A milking good time. Sweet and creamy. The spice is spicing. I was very leery of starting this because I thought it was just gonna be porn. The plot is pretty good. The plot? Please. This is like the new I read Playboy for the articles, like, sure you do. This book could kill a Victorian child. 5 stars. I'll never look at a jug of milk the same. I think I'm lactose
Bro.
intolerant now. So that happened. Our eyes will never see the gates of heaven. 1 star. Not a helpful guide. This book failed to teach me how to milk a cow, and now my family has no food for the winter.
Okay. Yeah, okay.
1 star. Accidentally ordered while on pain medication after an operation. Gave this to my mom as a joke gift for Christmas. You what? Lesai. Why can't human males be more like this? Tall, rich, and handsome are no longer enough, boys. Now
Why can't human males be more like this? Oh god. Oh god. Ah, bro. And it's always, not always, but a lot of time that women that say that shit are ugly as fuck. Like, for real. They are ugly as hell. Bro, get your standards a little bit down. What is...
you have to be a 9-foot tall creature from Greek mythology with a 13...
9 foot tall. By the way, I'm 6'5", and it's crazy how big of advantage that is. It's crazy. It is crazy. I'm not the best looking man. I'm not the fittest. Like I have a dead bod. You know? I have gray hair, receding hairline. Doesn't matter. I'm 6'5", and that's crazy. It's crazy. But we are not allowed to look at how a woman looks. So since I'm in a position of being 6'5", yeah, I have my standards a little bit higher than I should, probably. But not should, but I can have them a little bit higher because I'm this tall. It's dumb and not really fair, but yeah, that's how the world works. It's
inch dick. I never want to hear from another...
What?
males be more like this. Tall, rich, and handsome are no longer enough, boys. Now you have to be a 9-foot tall creature from Greek mythology with a 13-inch dick. I never
Yeah. On the dick side, I'm out, man.
want to hear from another person about how they read 100 books in a year if this is the kind of slop they are consuming. Well, Ronald, man detected, this isn't for you. This is for women. So take your ass back to Barely Legal Babysitter 5 or whatever the f you watch that is so morally superior than this. Let him
Okay. Shots fired here.
who is without sin cast the first stone, okay? God bless America. It's great to live in a country where I can casually enjoy cozy erotica about a young woman who milks her way to financial security and true love with a minotaur. This is what freedom looks like, and I intend to fully enjoy it before the Supreme Court takes this right away next. If
Huh? You can read this in other countries too. That's not just America. Just saying.
this is what freedom looks like, I'm really rethinking my stance on freedom, not gonna lie. Maybe we should have less of it. All I know is if Donald Trump takes the monster porn, we are going to make 2020 look like a picnic, okay? Bullcock matters. Editor, edit that out. Women are gonna be picking
Bullcock matters. It's crazy.
up Animal Farm now, like, where's the horse cock? Some of you people owe a certain streamer an apology because this book has way too many 5 stars. Some of you are lying. So after buying this book, Amazon has given me a few interesting recommendations. Would you like to see them? I accidentally summoned a demon boyfriend. That time I got drunk and saved a demon. Gentle.
Okay. Okay.
I accidentally
Let's be real here. The demon fantasy I kinda get. Like, we men also have that, right? Like a demon woman or like a succubus and all the stuff. We also have that. That's like full-on fantasy stuff, okay? But the other thing is a cow. It's a cow. This is weird, man. This, yeah, it's just weird fantasy. And that's fine. I'm fine with that type. But, yeah. Cow crazy.
summoned a demon boyfriend. That time I got drunk and saved a demon. Gentling the beast. Cupcakes for my orc enemy. Mane of my existence.
Cupcakes for my orc enemy. Ooh. People that read that and like that should watch Goblin Slayer, by the way. First episode is enough.
The gargoyle and the spinster. The widow and the orcs. Hoarded by the dragon. There's something about dragons. Getting it on with gargoyles. Gotten by the gator. Mated to the mountain bear. Oh, so
Yeah, the moment it goes into animal stuff, I'm like, what the what?
this is why they chose the bear. The billionaire orc. Moth manager. Wolves and whipped cream. The wolf in my tavern. Pounded by produce. What? Are these the books the Nazis burned?
My husband only reads finance and sci-fi books, and so I think it's about time that I introduce him to some real literature. So the first book that I would like to introduce you to is called Morning Glory Milking Farm. And it's not a normal milking farm like with cows. What it is it's big, bulky minotaurs, and it's a special type of milking.
See, honey, she's
Yeah. I would just see ya. I'm out.
his stepsister, and she got stuck in the washing machine again. Women on TikTok are openly
What?
She's his stepsister, and she got stuck in the washing machine again. Women on TikTok
And?
are openly, proudly talking about the porn they consume and getting mad at people when they make fun of it. I hereby ban men from reacting to romantasy on TikTok. Best-selling romantasy books like A Court of Thorns and Roses and A Fourth Wing contain descriptions of hot sex. I feel like that's common knowledge, if not their primary purposes. But in recent months, book talk has become full of men clutching their pearls while reacting to steamy scenes from these popular female-centered books. Obviously, this is all a massive performance. We live in the age of OnlyFans. The odds are that these men have seen actual porn that defies the laws of physics and God. Over 90% of men between the ages—
Wait, what? We have watched porn that defies the physics of law. What? The law of physics and God. Have I ever watched a porn like that? No, I don't think so.
16 and 73 watch porn in any random month. There's statistically no way all of these guys are shocked by the sex itself. What they are gawking at is sex from the perspective of female desire, scenes that depict women coming first and frequently. And what they are surprised by is the women they know love these scenes.
Bro, some women are so delusional, for real. Bro, no, not one man here is thinking about that stuff. Not one man. I can guarantee that. Not one man is shocked by the perspective of female desire seen that depict women coming first and frequently. Bro, no one cares. No man cares, for real, of that perspective in a book. No one cares. It's about fucking a cow.
In one video, a guy declares, "Now I know why women enjoy book clubs and wine," but his astonishment in itself is astonishing. Like, what do you think adult women were into? Not having sex and drinking wine? Grow up. Imagine a group of men.
It's not. Nah, I just explained it. It's not about that. Nah.
Sitting around, drinking wine, discussing the porn they watch. That is what you guys are essentially doing. It's just—
Yeah. Which is okay. It is okay, bro. I also have male friends that we are not talking about stuff like that, but we are like, there are some actresses in porn that are known, you know, and there are like, we're playing something together or talking about stuff, and then there is like one sentence. Let's give an example. Like, we are talking about if you're more a boob guy or more an ass guy, and then someone says boobs and the other one says ass, and then the ass guy says, I don't know, you have to watch this one actress. That's it. You know what I mean? That's pretty much it. By the way, it's my Steam. So yeah, that's pretty much it. That's what I know of when men talk about stuff like that. But it's not like fully going into it, and bro, there are no animals involved. I can tell you that, right? That much.
funny, okay? Like, it's funny. Are we really going to pretend that a story about a young woman getting a job milking mythical creatures to pay off her student debt is not funny? It's funny. If that makes me a sexist and misogynist, you got me. To act like you are so different and above the other Gooners is just, it's silly. I'm sorry, but you are no different than Joe Schmo jorking it to fat booty Latinas in Space 12. You're sitting there.
Nah, you're worse. Nah. You cannot compare the stuff. Bro, that's weird. You cannot say that men that are jerking off to, I don't know, weird stuff that is still a human, and they are doing human stuff that a human body can do, which is possible and is real. You can watch the real thing. It's still a difference to reading about something where a cow gets fucked or a cow fucks you. What is wrong? What are we talking about? You cannot compare that. You can't. You can't. Here's the difference. You're reading it and you're getting spicy, you're getting horny and all the stuff as a woman if you read this. But now, would you watch it? If you wouldn't watch it, why do you read it? Huh? Like, I don't get it.
All high and mighty, one hand on the book, acting like you're so superior because you can perfectly envision a horse cock spinning 360 degrees in your mind. I'm not impressed. The scenes these men are reading, to many people, myself included, are insanely sexy. But purely in terms of the acts being described, they aren't all that lurid. And as many of the comments on these videos point out, there's much wilder stuff out there. For example, these men have clearly not yet discovered knotting, a popular term in romantasy right now that involves werewolves whose penises get so swollen after sex they have to stay inside their partners until the swelling subsides. Oh!
Nah.
Oh, honey, that's not a popular trend in romantasy. That's just a thing real dogs do. Oh, you just...
Yeah. Okay. I didn't want to explain that because I thought, nah, okay, maybe that's going too far. But, yeah.
don't get it. You don't know what knotting is. What are these women reading, bro? What happened to that, stupid fucking corny Hallmark thing, going home for Christmas to your hometown and falling in love with the cute farmer boy?
The one book, 50 Shades of Grey, or what it's called. I have never read it or saw the film. Bro, fine, fully fine. Do it, read it, nice. If there's stuff like that out there, do it, read it, nice, good, cool. Have fun with it. But bro, animals, for real, man.
Boy, what happened to that? We used to make fun of that. We truly did not know what we had until it was gone. Now women out here fantasizing about getting their asses clapped by demons and werewolves and goblins and ghouls. I remember when 50 Shades of Grey came out and people were like, oh my god, this is so crazy. Women are crazy. 50 Shades of Grey looks like missionary sex through a bedsheet for the sole purpose of procreation compared to the shit the average woman on TikTok is reading. At least it's a human man and not a
Oh man, I love her attitude here.
dog. You fantasize about dating the quiet, shy, nerdy girl. You know, she's innocent, she's pure, she's not like those other girls, like going out clubbing and hooking up with random men. No, she's at home, curled up by the fire in a blanket, reading a book, except that book is about f***ing a half man, half bull. Let me let you in on...
Yeah. Out of my experience, I can tell that the shy women are the craziest.
On a little secret. The quiet nerdy girl is way more of a freak than the average hoe. Are you kidding me? It's not even close. The average hoe might
Yeah. I can confirm that.
have a body count of like 15 or so, but the quiet nerdy girl is fantasizing about getting back shots from Cthulhu. That is at least...
He's fantasizing about getting back shots from Cthulhu is crazy.
100 bodies. Now listen, there's nothing inherently wrong with fantasizing, okay? There's nothing wrong with roleplay. You know, fiction is fiction, right? You know, you're not actually going to bang your stepsister, right? These women are not actually going to bang a cow. Or at least I hope not. We all know there is a difference between fantasy and reality. Well, what happens when they try to bring fantasy into reality? Well, you get Sinners and Stardust.
Oh, please, no. Pinhead? Oh man. Oh man. Oh man. But this is still man. This is still cosplay, you know? And cosplay is cool. So I don't mind that part. It's like cosplay.
What in the eyes wide shut is going on here? Sinners and Stardust was supposed to be a dark romance ball for romantasy authors and fans alike. So what's the big deal? Seems like a fun, sexy time, right? Maybe, if you're a woman. If you're a man, the night may have gone a little differently for you. Alright, y'all, it appears I have to make a post that I'm frankly pretty goddamn upset I have to make. This post is for the readers who don't understand consent and boundaries only. A lot of you may know my good friend Animus. He's attended a signing of mine in the past and obviously is a musical artist. This past weekend, he attended Sinners in Stardust and probably had one of the most heartbreaking experiences. So listen, he's a man, right? But do we think that means it's okay to put your hands all over him without consent?
No.
Or to put your hands in his waistband or down his pants or touch his dick? Hello?
No.
Do we think it's okay to quite literally back him into a corner and touch all over him to the point that he literally cannot tell how many hands are on him and whose are whose? Do we think it's okay to send him into an actual panic attack because of this? Furthermore, do we think it's okay to interrogate him and insist he detail how he'd kidnap a woman, despite him repeatedly saying he wouldn't do that and that shit is fiction, and then attempt to follow him when he tries to get away? And if that wasn't enough, during the time of this mob, him and another author received notification that an AirTag was tracking him, which showed on his person all the way to his hotel room. They molested this guy until he passed out from anxiety, and then they
Been there, had that. Not funny. Yeah. Yeah, that's a double standard. That imagine that scenario turned around. Yeah, don't have to say any more than that.
put a f***ing tracker on him in order to stalk him back to his hotel. This poor guy dressed like a character in one of the romantasy books at this romantasy convention full of women. That is like throwing roast beef into a pit of wolves.
Yeah, but turn that around. Like, there's a woman that dresses up as Hinata and has big boobs. Imagine like 10 people, 10 men going there and like, holy crap, let's touch everything.
Or in this case, throwing a wolf into a pit of roast beef. I remember years ago, there was this thing called cosplay is not consent. Basically, it was a campaign to bring attention to the fact that people at conventions would often come up to women dressed in sexy costumes and just grope and grab them without their consent. Yeah, apparently we have to bring that back, because these women did not get the memo.
Yeah, it's both ways. Both ways. Like, you want equality, it's both ways.
I've been a furry for over a decade and attended a lot of fur cons. Sure, sometimes weird shit happens, but honestly, I can't believe the dark romance crowd is out here acting like this. Like, me and my buddies in our fursuits are more respecting of consent and bodily autonomy. Get your shit together, y'all. When the furries are calling you out for being freaks, you need to reflect. Something
Yeah.
has gone horribly wrong. Not only were the men at this book talk convention assaulted, but women were also assaulted by women. Multiple women, including a performer, reported being assaulted there as well. Even an author there said she was groped and dragged away from her friends and said no matter how many times she said no, quote, "My words did nothing." May I remind
All men are bad, right? Bro, it's... humans are bad. It's not just men. It's humans are bad. Bro.
you, this is a book convention, okay? For books. Literal BDSM clubs are more respectful than this. There needs to be more studies on how this stuff affects women's brains, because clearly some are unable to tell the difference between fantasy and reality. Ivy Lipton, a doctoral candidate in human sexuality, actually wrote about this for Evie magazine. I don't know what a doctoral candidate in human sexuality is, but she's hot, so I trust her. Your brain on orgasms isn't neutral. Dopamine release during climax is a powerful conditioning agent. What you repeatedly fantasize about becomes necessary for arousal. If your erotic imagination centers around abuse...
That's what I talked about at the beginning, where I said that I had a porn addiction as well when I was younger. I could only get like turned on when the stuff happened that I watched a lot. And that's why, yeah, so watching it sometimes it's fine, but normally just don't. It's really not good.
monstrous violence and submission to non-human entities, your brain is reprogramming itself to crave just that. It's not empowerment, It's neuroplasticity at its darkest. Scientists, psychologists, and the general public often state that men are visual and women are emotional. When it comes to sex, men can be turned on instantly by a sexual image despite their mood, and women need to be turned on emotionally to get in the mood. So it stands.
Yeah. Or touch, like feeling and vision. Yes, it's safe.
The reason that porn for men is visual and porn for women is in the mind. I'm not equating porn to smut novels because one is a video of two people actually having real sex and the other is, well, just words on paper. I am, however, talking about the effect on the consumer. We know watching porn is bad for the brain. That's been proven and only rejected by gooners who don't want to give it up. But is reading smut bad? You might say, duh, that's the whole point. Okay, fair enough. So let me rephrase, is reading smut harmful? Should we shame people for things that are wrong, immoral, or harmful? In my line of work, I've been told many times that shame has no place in sex. But if I use my brain for 2 seconds, it's clear that line of thinking is nonsense. Incest should be shamed, bestiality should be shamed, pedophilia should be shamed.
Yeah.
I'm not equating monster smut with these things, but there are 50 shades of gray, so to speak, along the spectrum of harmful. Conditioning your brain and body to associate pleasure with monsters, slavery, or sexual violence is not healthy. Basically, they're cooked. Like, women are cooked. They are frying their brains with this stuff. It's a pipeline, right? It's like the infamous evil alt-right pipeline. You know, you start watching Shoe on Head, owning the feminists in 2015, and then in 2025, you're hailing Hitler, right? You know, the alt-right pipeline. And this one's like, you're reading Morning Glory...
Sure, that escalated quickly.
Milking Farm, and the next thing you know, you're Mrs. Hands, right? Just say no. Just say no to monster porn. But why is monster smut so popular with women in particular?
For me, it's not just the monster porn. For me, it's more the bestiality stuff. Like, bro, if you want to fantasize about a demon, do it. I'm fine with that. Don't do it about childs. Don't do it about, animals. And, the rest is up to you. But those two are like, bro, don't do that to yourself. Like,
you rarely see the opposite, and when you do, it's just like a girl with cat ears and fangs, or like a 10-foot-tall dommy-mommy vampire with giant titties. Meanwhile, women are like, I want to f the pollution monster from Fern Gully. So people on Reddit asked this very question. Let's see the responses. Why do you guys like monster romances? Asking for a friend. Several reasons. 1, human men are quite often terrible. Romance books with human men are already partly fantasy, but monsters just takes the fantasy bit further. 2, it's sort of human nature to imagine relationships with paranormal beings and creatures. We've been doing it in literature and art for centuries. It's just gotten a lot more graphic now, lol. 3, unique body forms / parts and so many different kinds of dicks. Scary, mean, terrifying creature is sweet to her, kind, takes care of her, protects her, works hard to be gentle, etc. Maximal escapism, minimal association to real-life assholes, the patriarchy, misogyny, and oppression of women, etc, etc. Because the monsters are less dangerous than dating actual men. As a fat woman of color, modern, contemporary, and even fantasy...
Bro, the first 6 words are killing me. I wanted to say something, yes. Let's not talk about it. I get where this is coming from. I get this is the same thing with would you rather be in a forest with a bear or with a man. I get where this is coming from. I get it. Why was that one thing? Scary, mean, terrifying creature is sweet to her. Kind takes care of her. That's what I wanted to say something about. Like, it's okay. I get also where this is coming from. And of course, every one of us wants to be special to someone. It's not just women that want that. Men want that as well. But the thing is, if you are not special as a person, if you are like every other woman that people have experienced something with, why should you be treated as something different? You know what I mean? Like, if you are not special to this one person, why should, like, how can I say it? If this one person is not special for you, why should the other person think of you as a special person? You know what I mean? Like, if you treat person A is the same as person B, C, D, E, you know what I mean? And person A treats you like this, you do not deserve person A. It's, yeah. I hope you understand what I mean.
Etc. Maximal escapism, minimal association to real life assholes, the patriarchy, misogyny, and oppression of women, etc., etc. Because the monsters are less dangerous than dating actual men. As a fat woman of color, modern, contemporary, and even fantasy romances are hard to click to because they are almost always about thin white women and just too realistic. And romance in real life is not always attainable for fat women/women of color. In monster alien romance, though, my size doesn't matter, and it's easier to get into that headspace and enjoy it. I'm sick of the men on Earth and looking for some variety. Non-humans haven't betrayed and hurt me, so they feel like a safe haven, if that makes sense. Plus the unusual dick. Monsters have big, fun-shaped cocks. I love some bizarre peen. Unique genitalia. I don't know what I was expecting, honestly.
I have no words for that.
A lot of women's smut, especially monster smut, is about submission, domination, forced breeding, non-consensual consent. The women are like conquered and taken and overpowered by these monsters. And I think many of these women are reading these books containing monsters and not men because masculinity and dominance in men has been completely demonized in modern society. But the truth is, many women still crave it. You see, the monsters in these stories have those, like, dominant masculine traits that women like so much, but they're not human men. They have
Sorry, I just...
But the truth is, many women still crave it. You see, the monsters in these stories...
Yeah. I would agree with that. So, if you are a lot on social media and all the stuff, and you get into those bubbles... and you don't get out, you're cooked because you think this is real. Like, there are people like that. I met people like that in real life. But most women are still, like, wanting someone that is masculine. And... Here's the thing I want to say. Like, women wanted equality for a long time. Equality is here, and I'm not debating about that. Equality is here already for a long time, and that's good. That's really, really good. For a long time is maybe a little bit off, but it's here. Then and we have it, and that's good. It's really, really, really good. I'm fully for it, but. What you see in the social media stuff and all those things, it's woman kicking down on man, and man don't say a lot against it because, bro, we just don't care. Go crazy in your mind, little female, whatever you are talking, like, I don't care. Do what you want. But I think sometimes we have to say some stuff, and yeah, that's just me. Doing it right now for myself. Most women don't want that. what those feminists, like extreme feminists, are talking about. They don't want that. Most women are not on their side. So yeah, I don't know, man. I think if you get out of social media, like, you really don't get fully into those bubbles and all the stuff, your mental health gets better, even if you're a man, or if you're a woman, and you will see that it hasn't changed so much. The problem is, I can only talk about my age range, and my age range grew up in a century where we had the internet and we had all the stuff, but it was the beginning and all the stuff wasn't there. So yeah, maybe I'm the older generation nowadays. But yeah, in my generation, I don't see that stuff. I cannot see all of this shit that is going on in social media. It's more the younger ones. And I think there it's really, really bad. it's really bad in the when you are like, let's say nowadays like 20 or so and younger. Yo, bro, you are cooked as a man. I think also the women are cooked because the older generations made it so that women are not getting approached anymore. So yeah, like it's bro. I'm so glad I'm not young, not that young anymore. I'm like 32, and bro, I'm good. I'm good. I really don't want to be young again. Hell no.
Stories have those like dominant masculine traits that women like so much, but they're not human men. They have all these traits women desire without the problematic baggage human men bring, without being the men they hate or have been told to hate. It is the perfect guilt
Good. Told to hate. That's good.
free slop. But they don't just want a wild dominant man. They want to tame a wild dominant man. Similar to when a man sees an art hoe with a nose ring, you can save her from her daddy issues.
Yeah, bro. I can tell you that. I also did that stuff. When I was younger, I had one goth woman. Like, she was so goth and she was like totally fucked up. For real. She was fucked up. She was so fucked up. You don't understand. But she was hot. And I wanted to fix her. I couldn't. Bro, she destroyed me. Like, my mental health went.
You can do it. It definitely won't backfire and ruin your life. Go for it. Go talk.
I don't want to say that every goth woman is like that, but there are some. And they are crazy.
Talk to her. With many women, there's this desire for like danger and aggression, but also the desire to tame that danger and aggression. The desire to be that special woman who can melt his heart. You see, my dragon boyfriend could rip me to shreds and kill me instantly, but he won't because he's nice and he loves me. But honestly, at the end of the day, just like the video I made about the anime girl in a wheelchair where men were saying, this is the average male fantasy, and a bunch of women were like, you wanna rape a disabled girl? When in reality, it was just a distilled manifestation of the average male fantasy, which is to protect and provide for a sweet woman and save her. This is like...
Yeah, okay, I'm fine with that. Like, my fantasy is not a disabled woman in anime cosplay. What the frick? But yeah, I understand where she's coming from now. Like, it's protect and I get that. It's in our DNA. Like, what are we talking about? It's in our DNA. Like,
basically the flip of that, right? This is just the distilled manifestation of the female fantasy. Men are seeing this and they're saying, what do you mean you want to milk a minotaur? When
Yeah, what do you mean? That's true. I want to go back to the one thing I said before. Like, for me as a man, like, it's the most calming thing for me personally is when a woman is like on my chest and I have her in my arms and she's like safe in my arms. You know what I mean? That's for me the most satisfying thing. So yeah, I'm fully with it. Yeah.
In reality, it's just to have a big, strong protector and provider swoop you up and save you. And like I said in that video, they're basically both the same fantasy. This is a tale as old as time, the princess being saved from the dragon by a knight in shining armor, whether the dragon be a wheelchair or student loans, you know? But in this case, the woman is being f***ed by the dragon and the knight sits in the corner and watches or something, I don't know. Maybe it's not that deep. There are some hungers better starved than fed. And maybe as women, for the sake of society, we have to starve our hunger for minotaur p***ness. Yeah, that's the moral of this video. So what do you guys think? What is your theory? Why is the monster...
Oh, bro, why is she wearing a cow costume now, man? What is going on?
Romance genre so popular with women in particular? And who is your weirdest hear me out? Be honest. I don't want to hear no Lola...
Wait, what?
Why is the monster romance genre so popular with women in particular? And who is your weirdest hear me out? Be honest. I don't want to hear no Lola Bunny, okay? You all know mine already. It's not that he's a fish, okay? He has an energy, okay? He has a vibe. You know what, never mind. And I will see you guys again really soon with a new video. Bye!
Yeah. I'm fully not into monster, but hear me out, Hinata. 10 out of 10. I would, instantly. Yeah, holy crap. I really liked that video. It was fun. It was fun. It was mind-blowing. If you like the reaction, leave a like, subscribe, and comment, and leave some suggestions I should react to. And yeah. Damn. Bro, what did I just watch? See you in the next video. Peace, bye, and toodaloo.